First week of spring market is finally in the bag. Find out exactly how we are doing 1 year after the foreign buyer tax in this episode of Prime Price TV. I promise you, it'll be worth it. Good day, Toronto. Welcome to May 2018 Market Watch Update. Trev just released their stats last week and everything looks super healthy, nothing to freak about. The average price in GTA is officially over $800,000 again, which is a good sign. We are rebounding from last year's so-called crash this time last year. Sales and prices are slowly increasing at a healthy, sustainable rate in the 416. Last month I reported a scary thought that the condo market was growing at a feverish rate like we saw with the detaches in 2017, but I'm happy to report that the condo prices are still increasing, but not at the feverish rate that we thought it was. Prices are up about 1.8% from last month instead of the 7% from March, which is much more steady and healthy. Bear in mind that 1.8% annualized over a year is still 21.6% increase year over year. That's not to say that's a huge increase, but it's sustainable when you factor in the slower months of the season. The Nano 5 continues to be fairly weak. The average detached prices are still in the $1 million range in GTA, but that's because of the stats are being pulled up by the 416 market of the freehold properties. Since the start of 2018 with the stress test, I've emphasized that there's been a huge push to affordability. Now that we have stats for a third of the year, we can see that that's clearly true. The $300,000 to $600,000 condo market is incredibly strong for the single people out there, making up 30% of the market. For condos, this is unheard of with the new stress test. For those buyers that have incomes of approximately $60,000 to $120,000, it completely supports this theory, which makes total sense. The $600,000 to $1.2 million detached market is also the most purchased property for a family. This is because $600,000 will get you a property in Milton and Ajax, which is the suburbs of the GTA, and the $1.2 million will get you something in the York region or maybe in the 416. This segment makes up 42% of the purchase to date, which is much less than the usual few years back. Your normal buyers for this type of product are married couples with a family with double income, which means you're looking at a household income of about $120,000 to $240,000, which also makes total sense. The shift to condos is already here, and looking at the sales to new listing ratio, we do see that Toronto is doing super well over 50% everywhere and still in a seller's market. However, on the other side is the Nano 5 is still well below 50% in a strong buyer's market, and that's exactly the tale of two coins. The last thing I'll mention is the months of inventory. The Nano 5 has about 4 to 5 months of inventory, which is normal by city standards, very healthy, but by Toronto standards, it's kind of soft. Looking at all the properties south of Eglinton, just east and west of Yonge, a few blocks, we see that most of these areas have about 2 months of inventory, with the downtown core, which is south of Bloor, between River and Dufferin, at about 1.35 months of inventory. That's a scary low amount. These two areas are going to see significant price jumps if this continues until June, which makes total sense as I'm seeing offers on almost 80% of all listings in these areas. Record prices are being had on almost every single condo, and I'm pretty confident we're going to break $1,000 per square foot in the resale market for condos in this area very soon. Thank you guys for watching. If you learned something in this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up. If you like the content on the channel, you can subscribe to Prime Price TV right here. If you have any comments or questions, you can leave them in the comment section below, or feel free to contact me. My contacts are right here. Until next time, guys, happy real estating. Of inventory, which with